Have you ever felt that happiness is like a shadow? The more you chase it, the faster it runs. But the moment you turn your attention elsewhere, it seems to follow you, quietly resting at your side. What if our modern obsession with finding happiness is the very thing that keeps us from experiencing it? This isn't a new idea. It's an ancient whisper, a truth understood by Stoic philosophers in the bustling marketplaces of Rome and Buddhist monks in the serene silence of the mountains. They knew that happiness, when treated as a goal to be conquered, becomes elusive. The philosopher John Stuart Mill called it the paradox of hedonism. Those who actively seek pleasure for its own sake rarely find it, while those who focus on other things often experience it as a welcome, unintended guest. We live in a culture that sells happiness as a product, a 5-step plan, a new car, a 10-day vacation, a mindfulness app. We construct these elaborate checklists in our minds. When I get the promotion, I'll be happy. When I find a partner, I'll be content. When I lose the weight, I'll finally feel good. We run on this treadmill of if-then scenarios, constantly deferring our peace to a future that never quite arrives. And on the rare occasion we do tick a box, the feeling is fleeting, a brief sugar rush before the hunger for the next thing returns. This pursuit leaves us feeling not fulfilled, but exhausted and strangely empty. It's the quiet ache of realizing the promised land was just another horizon. The core of this paradox is a simple yet profound misunderstanding of what happiness is. We treat it like an object we can possess, a destination we can arrive at. But happiness is not a thing. It is a byproduct. It is the warmth you feel when you are engrossed in meaningful work. It is the quiet contentment of a shared silence with someone you love. It is the gentle hum of peace that comes from living in alignment with your values. Happiness is a consequence, not a target. Think of it like trying to see a faint star in the night sky. If you stare directly at it, it vanishes into the darkness. But if you use your peripheral vision, looking slightly to the side, the star appears, shimmering faintly. Happiness works in much the same way. The psychiatrist and Holocaust survivor Viktor Frankl wrote that happiness cannot be pursued. It must ensue. It comes as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself, or as the byproduct of one's surrender to a person other than oneself. He discovered this not in a library, but in the bleakest of human conditions, where the search for meaning, not happiness, was the only thing that kept the human spirit alive. Today, this chase is amplified to a deafening roar. Our screens are flooded with curated images of other people's peak moments, their manufactured joy presented as a constant reality. We scroll through highlight reels, comparing our ordinary, messy, behind-the-scenes lives to theirs polished final cuts. This digital world encourages us to perform happiness rather than experience it, to ask, how does this look, instead of asking, how does this feel? The pressure to be visibly happy creates an anxiety that pushes authentic contentment even further away. So what are we to do? The answer isn't to resign ourselves to misery or to abandon the desire for a joyful life. The invitation is simply to shift our gaze. Instead of asking, what will make me happy, perhaps we should ask, what brings me meaning? Instead of chasing a feeling, perhaps we can focus on cultivating a life of purpose, of connection, of curiosity, of compassion. Stop chasing the butterfly. Instead, build a garden. Tend to your relationships, nurture your curiosity, dedicate yourself to something you believe in, and simply be present in the small, imperfect moments of your day. And you may find that one day, when you least expect it, the butterfly lands softly on your shoulder.